Oh, Jesus, this is no good at all. What is she doing? What is she doing? Oh, God. Jesus, what a step.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm taking you to one of the most unknown and least frequented passes in the Alps. I'm talking about the Dordona pass. Ever since I got on the bike, this has been one of the passes that intimidated me to attempt off-road. However, now, after almost riding the bike for 3 years, I decided to face it. Naturally, with a minimum of experience that I gained off-road and riding the Tiger 900 Rally Pro. As always, the GPS track can be found below, downloadable for free in the description. And now, let's head to the Bergamo valleys. Vamos! Hello guys, welcome back. I'm in the middle of the Bergamo Valley. I'm alone but in excellent company because look behind me what's accompanying me, a Tiger 900 Rally Pro. I'm not going to detail all its features because you can certainly find them in thousands of other videos on YouTube. I drove it for 2.5 hours on the motorway to get here because today I'm taking you to a pass that is probably the last dirt road in the northeast, the Dordona Pass. Now, I'm taking you with me on my helmet. We'll get to the municipality of FOPPOLO, get permission to take this route, and then we'll climb and see how it behaves off-road. Once we get up, there are some very interesting things to see. Yes, because it's incredible but true, war has also reached these steep and rugged river valleys. There was the Dordona line, a line of defense towards the northern states by the Kingdom of Italy. However, I'll tell you more about it later. Now, I'm riding the Tiger. So far, I've been on street road mode. She has 6 riding modes. I will try it in the off-road map, which, from what I know, disables the ABS at the rear but keeps it at the front. There are also different off-road maps, including an expert one that deactivates everything, even the ABS at the front. Obviously, I'm not going to go all out with the controls turned off because it's my first time riding it. But I'm also really curious to see what's up there because it seems like a beautiful wild place.
Here we are, guys. So we are 18 kilometers from the Dordona Pass. But first, I have to go and get the permit. I think the price is €3 and you can get it in a village at the base called FOPPOLO. And then we can climb up. Until now, I've driven this Triumph mostly on the motorway and state roads. What amazed me a lot was, first of all, the aerodynamic protection, because this front fairing can be adjusted in 6 positions, and now I have it in the highest position on the motorway. I tried it at 130 km/h, and I raised the visor of my helmet, and I was able to keep my eyes open. There was no wind. I was fully and completely protected. This is the fully equipped version, so it has a quick shift. You don't really need the clutch to upshift or downshift. One thing I didn't know about the quick shift is that to upshift you still have to step on the gas. If you don't give the gas, it can't shift up, you can only downshift. At times, maybe I was going downhill and wanted to upshift. No, to reduce the engine speed, you can do it, but you have to use the clutch. This is something I didn't know. Among other things, this is the first time I have tried the 1200 Always Triumph Tiger. I leave you the video above at the Hat Adventure Feast, but for a very short time. It's my first time with a 3-cylinder engine. The thing I notice a lot compared to the twin-cylinder, at least the ones I've ridden, is that the engine is always ready. Meaning that if I'm going at 60 or 70 km/h in 6th gear and I give it gas, the bike accelerates almost immediately. It doesn't lag. So, it has a nice torque. I think that's the technical term. If it is not that, excuse me, but you understood. Even if you're in high gear at low speeds, it still picks up speed immediately. I don't know if this is specific to this bike or the fact that it's a 3-cylinder, but it's something I hadn't noticed on twin cylinders. With those, you have to downshift if you're in high gears at low speeds to pick up speed. These are fantastic places. They give me the impression that up until the last century, when the roads weren't as good as they are now, they were completely isolated because they are purely riverine valleys, therefore very narrow and steep, not really suitable for human settlement. Look at that fantastic waterfall, and also the land here is scarcely suitable for agriculture. Earlier I was in Val Brembana, which is adjacent to the Brembo River. I don't know if you're familiar, but it's probably known for Brembo brakes. You find everything in these areas. Another thing I really like about the motorcycle is the ease with which you can set the riding mode in the menu. You can go into the menu and change various settings. It's very intuitive. You don't need to watch a tutorial to learn. So I immediately set the driving mode, reset the odometer, and set the cruise control. On the highway, reaching for the horn or indicators is simple, so it's not complicated at all. Switching into third gear, look how much power there's left. Truly endless engine power. I was climbing to 90 km/h in third gear and there was still plenty left. This is really enjoyable, especially on curves where quick shifting helps.
Me la compili il nome e cognome, il tipo di macchina e la targa, e qua è il suo.
All right.
I met a kind old man who told me that they once held an event here with Triumph Tigers. They came from Bologna, and on May 10th, it started to snow. They had 15 centimeters of snow, and had to wait for several hours to descend. Well, today it doesn't seem like it's going to snow, but there might still be some water. Alright, let's continue. This is the ancestor of the one that took Ted Simon around the world, a Triumph Tiger. Clearly, I think he had a 300 cc engine or something like that. Okay, bad weather is also a part of the adventure. There is some crazy infrastructure here. Okay, here we have concrete. At the hotel we were at 1600 meters of altitude. Now we continue to climb. It's quite cool. I don't think the pass is that high and we're already at 1600. I guess the pass is around 2000 meters. But it will become unpaved. There it is, just as I was saying, a good dirt road. The road is quite wide, but for now, good. I thought it was much worse. I can even sit down. Here is already a little bit worse. A lot of stones. It's not properly maintained. I met someone at a restaurant where I stopped to charge my phone. They didn't have USB sockets, so a man kindly plugged it into their van. When he saw me leave, he told me, as I always say, when in doubt, throttle out. Here is more concrete, a sign that the dirt roads are slowly disappearing, replaced by this new concrete. It's a shame. Why can't they preserve some dirt roads? They maintain the natural landscape better. In my opinion, in Val d'Orcia, they made the right choice to keep dirt roads, to preserve the scenic beauty, and that's part of Val d'Orcia's charm. They hold events like motorbike rallies and the Eroica, which utilizes these unpaved roads. The beauty of the Eroica is that it takes place on these unpaved roads. You see, initially it was a bicycle event, and then they added motorbikes. My goodness. Madre de Dios. Holy crap. What on earth possessed me to come here? My goodness, that was bad. What had initially seemed like a simple dirt road has become challenging. I missed sweating while riding on dirt roads. This is not a dirt road, this is a devastated road. What a sweat. A fantastic landscape anyway. Oh God, what a step. Mamma mia. Holy shit. Come on, tiger. Come on, tiger. I must keep my concentration high. This is a drainage. Fantastic landscape anyway. Oh God, what a climb. You have to gain it. This is really something. Really, if you're uncertain, keep the throttle open. Probably even the last rains have made the road more devastated. Here we are, I can see the pass. The route was really good. Short but intense. What a beautiful spectacle. In cases like this, you have to do the opposite while going downhill. Wait to the back. Here we are. Baby, I never take pictures in front of the signs, but here is a must-have. Mother of God, it's beautiful. Very beautiful. The terrain is unstable but is amazing. Now we descend from the other side, and from what I've read, this part is more relaxed and it's better to go downhill towards the Dordona refuge. Gorgeous.
So guys, incredible but true, even in this wild place, there are trenches. These trenches are part of the Italian defensive system at the northern border. So I'm talking about a series of defensive systems set up to protect Italy from a possible invasion from the north and to safeguard its primary industrial centers, Brescia, Milan, and Turin. In fact, ever since 1862, from the birth of the Kingdom of Italy, there was a focus on defending the kingdom's borders. This defense system took 20 years to develop, starting in 1899 and ending in 1914. Why exactly in 1914? Well, because war broke out. We're talking about an extensive system. 72 kilometers of trenches, 400 kilometers of roads, and 300 kilometers of mule tracks, all of which have never been used. Now, let's try to go in here and see what's there. These are all the roads that lead to the trenches behind here. Let's see what I find. Honestly, I've entered hundreds of these rocky holes, and even in places where they fought, there's absolutely nothing left, but it's always interesting to see. Let's take a look. There's even an electrical system here. Stairs lead up to the trench, and from here, as you can see, the entire valley was under control. In my opinion, this trench served more as a shelter than as a combat position. When you're in a trench, rule number one is to keep your head down. Alright, now I'm getting back on the Tiger, and we'll head back down. It should be a bit quieter going downhill, because I've never done this part of the valley up to Aprica. The sun comes and goes, so now a bit more off-road, and then at the end of the video, guys, I'll tell you how this bike behaves and share my overall positive and negative impressions.
The weather is turning bad, so we are going down. You should never ask whether it's better or worse to go down than to go up. I asked two guys, how is it going down? Better or worse than going up? And they said, no, worse. That's great. Let's see. Come on, the devil. It's not that ugly how they paint it. And the dragons are always smaller than they look. Look where I'm going. I'm into reserve mode, it seems. Something seems off. The reserve fuel indicator is on, but I have a full tank. Okay, now the light is off. It takes a while to realize it's actually full. Alright, so it's not better, so the guys were right. Let's let the cyclist pass. Ciao. You're welcome. Since they don't have electric bikes, I like them more. Cyclists are always nice to me. So, wow, what a mess. This part is cemented, so the dirt track is very short. Ah, wait, I spoke too soon. Brother, that's a line. Ole, wow, what a fast wait. I spoke too soon. My brother, that's a drainage. Ole, mamma mia, what suspension, guys. Fantastic. This part is a bit uphill. Okay, here you have to throttle. Oh my goodness, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. What is happening? Wow, what's flashing? I don't know what started flashing, but I lost power. Everything is flashing. I don't know what the hell it is. Is it the traction control? But it's not deactivated. Ah, it's in road riding mode. Damn, holy crap, Judas. Why is that? Holy shit. I felt it wasn't giving me power because the traction control kicked in. Basically, when I turned it off in off-road mode and then turned it back on, it started with road riding mode. Again, I couldn't get much throttle because the traction control was on. Luckily, I did not stop. Otherwise, this could have been bad. Uphill, okay. Probably it's a safety system that activates when you switch to a driving mode in which you disengage the ABS. So, in a way, it gets engaged when you turn it back on to the mode where ABS is always on. So, by default, to deactivate it, you have to intentionally do it every time. I'm used to the Transalp 650, where nothing ever turns on. Anyway, it's true. The bike will go wherever you are capable of taking it. It's not the bike that's the issue, it's the driver. But look, what a mountain is really rough here. We have concrete again, another small section off-road. Oh, crap. I lost the front wheel. Look at the sky, how dark. The weather up there is dramatic. One would say the clouds are gathering, better go down fast. It's not the rain, but the risk of lightning that's greater. That is the greatest risk in the mountains. Rain you can dry off from, but at those altitudes, lightning is a different story. What?
How much is left?
I don't know, it's the first time I've done it. But I guess not much. Are you guys tired?
Yeah. The bike is broken.
What happened? The actuator? A common problem with the KTM 990? Well, you're out of trouble because at least you are not still on top.
The bike broke on the top.
Shit. Did you go down with the engine off? Respect. You're out of trouble. If you're stuck up there with lightning, it's not the best.
Do you know until when you are allowed to pass here?
Listen, if you have to recover a vehicle, I won't care about the time. It's a big hassle on that bike, unfortunately.
I've just changed it.
It's part of the adventure. Bye guys, bye-bye. I'm sorry, but that's a classic 990 trouble. I have read a lot about it. Because the moment you lose focus, when you think you've arrived, that's when you fall. Here the road is pretty good. Here we are, back in the valley. When you navigate these difficult paths, it always feels like. At least I always feel like coming back to the valley is like returning to safety. Unlike those early travelers who literally risked their lives, my biggest risk is dropping the bike. For them, coming back to the valley was like coming back to a safe harbor.
Here I am, back in the valley, safe and sound. I know you're wondering what tires I'm on, Metzeler Karoo 3. I've never used them before, but they performed well both on asphalt. I did 2.5 hours on the highway and on dirt, as you've seen on the pass. I'm not going to list all the technical features of the Tiger because you can find them in many other videos. I'll just say that it weighs 200 kilo, has 95 horsepower, inverted forks, and as I told you, it has 6 riding modes. What I noticed most are these things here. First, the aerodynamic protection is perfect. The windshield can be adjusted in 6 positions, fantastic on the motorway. The windshield blocked the airflow perfectly. The second thing, I like the engine that even if you're in 5th gear at 60-70 km per hour always picks up, and the engine is so powerful that even in 5th gear at 60-70 km/h it's always responsive. It feels like it has endless power. One thing that slightly annoys me is that I was used to twin-cylinder engines, which operate at a different rev range. So with this bike, it always feels like it's at high revs, even when I'm on a dirt road. The bike has a desire to keep moving. It doesn't like to stay still. It's something I need to get used to. The third aspect that I really enjoy is the riding position. It's very comfortable and I don't feel cramped or restricted at all. If you're considering tackling the Dordona Pass, I strongly advise against it being your first off-road experience with a heavy bike because, as you've seen, there are large and very loose stones. So I recommend taking a more gentle route to get some basic off-road experience first. I'm no expert, but I have some off-road experience and advise you to practice first before attempting this path. You can find the GPX track for free in the description as always. If you want to help the channel, you can leave a super thanks. Let me know what you think of this video in the comments and it will take you on more adventures with this bike soon. I have it for a month, so I plan to use it extensively. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Bye!